Cycling is the best way to experience freedom, and bicycles are the best invention in the history of mankind. I have been riding bikes all my life, but more serious in the last 20 years or so when I was a young lad of 55. Over the years, a number of mistakes have been made and I have carried them forward. I will share with you in this video some of these mistakes, which are very common among new cyclists, and hopefully you are able to avoid them. In my opinion, cycling is fun, but I dislike the possibility of mishaps that may occur if you're not properly informed. In order to get a better understanding of this, let's explore one of the mistakes I think all beginners make when riding their bikes. Those of us who used to make it when we were more experienced were not taking it easy and going out way too hard. This is where I understand you. You are super excited and super focused on getting the ride as fast as you possibly can. However, when you need to do a lot of cycling, then you will quickly find yourself out of debt, go to hard, and run out of energy. So, my advice is to take it easy on it first if you are new to cycling. You ride and everyone is more concerned about speed, or distance, or any other such nonsense. Try to enjoy the freedom of cycling as much as you can. Please take it easy and don't push yourself too hard. Take in the view and enjoy the company. Enjoy your new bike, and please do not push yourself too hard. In an ideal world, I would be able to go back in time and talk to my younger self and ask for advice about what to buy. All those years ago, when I first started cycling, it was important for me to have some appropriate cycling clothing with me. Although there's nothing that prevents me from riding in whatever clothes you're wearing. Jeans, t-shirts, and you'll be fine no matter what you choose to wear. When you want a proper amount of happiness and comfort, you also have the ability to deal with various situations. So when rain and sunshine combine with cycle cloud, we can make a big difference to the quality of the weather. You will be able to enjoy cycling for a long time to come and not throw away the bike after the first ride. Therefore, good quality clothing are a foundation for your cyclic wardrobe, and you adjust your answers based on those depending on the conditions in which you are working. It is necessary to wear a long-sleeved jacket or a jersey if it is rainy, windy, or cold outside. They are designed for the weather conditions. If it's sunny and hot, then you're lucky. Buy a proper cyclic in jersey. You have a fabric that has T benefits, a fabric that has been designed to wick away sweat from your body. There is no need to get all sweaty and clammy by being inside it because the pockets at the back are fantastic. As a result, you need food, a spare part, and your phone as well. As a result, my advice to you is not to rush out and buy everything you think you need in one go. In addition to that, we will engage your needs over a period of time. Add different jerseys and shorts and jackets, and are more modes of accessories as we see the need for it. It is inevitable that you will build up a nice collection of clothing to suit the conditions and your needs when you're riding. When I first started out, I made the biggest mistake of my career. This is a very common mistake that I see in many people who are new to cycling. They are not measuring themselves at the correct height of your seat. When you start too low, it will slow down your progress. Likewise, if the seat is too high, you get back problems, so it is important to make sure that it is at the right height. It is actually quite easy to do, and it takes only 5 minutes. Sadly, one of the biggest lessons you will learn once you start cycling is how a flat tire or a puncture can affect your experience. The same goes for changing it into and filling it up afterwards. It is an essential tool for any cyclist. It is really important that you learn how to make do because we have all been there. If you are watching this, you probably have many stories about being stranded without the right inner tube or any patch here at all, or that the pump is not working right, or that the pump does not even work at all. Moreover, I have seen many beginners go out without any spare tube and without a spare battery. Furthermore, I hope that I will be able to fix a flat tire or a puncture when the need arises. It is worth spending a bit of time and money on this project. I'm not talking about a large amount of money here. Rather, I get the right amount of energy for your bike. I would recommend getting 2 or more tubes as well as a few patches. It is a road one, so get the appropriate size. Make sure you carry water with you. You won't have any problems. It is placed inside the cage. It is also possible to use a normal to place a plastic water bottle in your backpack. The most important thing is to make sure that you carry enough water wherever you go. It is my recommendation that you drink little and often on a bike ride. Staying hydrated is really important when cycling, especially if it is a cold day, and then you feel like you have a cold coming on. So drink plenty of water. Take a look at the state of my bike. It has a filthy chain and lots of mud. Unfortunately, you will have to clean your bike on a regular basis if you want to keep it in good working order. Keeping your bike in perfect working condition is an important part of maintaining it, and that is why you don't have to clean it, and many people don't. I would like to take a look at the new game here. Taking some time after every bike ride to check to make sure it's in good condition is worth the effort. After all, a clean bike would last for a longer period of time and keep its expensive parts in working order. If you let them get filthy and kind of mucky and grubby, they are going to wear out more quickly than if you keep them clean. When it comes to cleaning the bike, there is really nothing wrong with going to the kitchen and finding cleaning products like the dish liquid. In this respect, the chain degreaser must be equipped with a proper chain lube. It would be best to order a replacement key if you wish the key to be in perfect working order. Hopefully you have been able to learn something from the tips that you've been reading so far, and I hope that you will continue to learn from them. There is no doubt that riding your bike is a bit of work at first work, but the faster you go and the farther you go, the more energy you use and the biggest mistake you can make as a beginner. I don't think they are carrying enough food for them. It is obvious you are getting tired as you go. In addition, what we mentioned in the previous paragraph is known as bonking or hitting the wall. Dry fruit and nuts are all associated with the flapjack phenomenon. There is nothing to worry about. Unfortunately, you can't get proper cycling nutrition from these sources. However, it is a supplement that contains antioxidants. It is packaged into bottles that are placed in gels. Take care to pack enough food for your trip, but also make sure that you eat little and often on your trip. It's also important to make sure that you eat enough before you go. It would be in your best interest to make sure that your energy levels are adequately replenished before he departs. So make sure to ensure this as soon as possible. Once he has arrived at his destination, then the fun can begin. There is a good source of carbohydrates in this food. End users without appetites. As a beginner cyclist, I did not have any cycling tools and instead had to make do with what I had in my parents' garage. And let me tell you, a monkey wrench. You don't have to work on your bike yourself, but you should know what parts do what on your bicycle. A simple multi-tool are all you need to get started and will take care of most of the bolts on your bicycle that will come loose over time. With nothing more than a simple multi-tool, you'll be able to set yourself up, adjust the handlebars, and do other basic tasks. In addition to that, there is one mistake I see many cyclists make, and I did it myself right back in the early days when I was a beginner. You need to make sure your bicycle is equipped with some basic lights. That way, they can ride, which is longer than planned. In the end, you end up riding in the dark with the sunset as your backdrop, the last few miles of your ride home. This can definitely be dangerous, and definitely something you want to avoid. If you have an electric bike, you already have a headlight, tail light, and brake light. If you want to make sure you are seen by other road users, then you should get yourself some basic inexpensive lights and make sure they can see you. Taking the time to make sure they can see you is well worth the price. Last but not least, don't forget to bring your phone. Here we go. My personal experience is that many people who cycle do so to get away from the daily stresses and strains of everyday life, and to not have their phone distracting them while they are out on a ride. In truth, when I first started riding bikes, way back when, we didn't have smartphones, email, or phones back then. As a result, in the event of a mechanical failure, or worse, an injury, I would have to find the nearest phone booth in the nearest village and ask for help from my parents. These days, phones make it much easier to call for help if you need it, if they need assistance, and it's best to be safe. I would go even further and tell your family or partner about your planned route and duration just in case while using marketing software such as Strava or sending them a live tracking link. If you have any issues asking during your ride, then you can follow this guide. You're better off being safe than sorry. As far as I am concerned, these are my top tips for avoiding the most common mistakes that beginners make and you have to avoid. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you would like to see more from me. Hit the bell to be notified when I put up another video. Thanks for watching.